If the journey of fixing your finances has made you feel intentional, has made you feel more aware and also a little bit excited, I want to tell you today that you're probably doing something right. Because the journey of fixing your finances, guys, it's a very tough journey. It's a journey that not many people take. However, as you get closer and closer towards your goals, as you fix your finances, you start feeling the clarity. As you look at your finances, you start being more aware. Then it makes you feel excited, because now you start seeing why you had to make all of those sacrifices. You start seeing why you had to make all of those decisions, and it makes you feel hopeful, right? So on today's video, I want us to look at what is it that you could be doing right when it comes to your financial journey. And this is more so just to encourage you to say, you know what, you are doing something amazing. Keep going. Whatever that you're doing amazing. Don't feel discouraged. As much as you may feel discouraged sometimes, as much as you may feel like, you know what, things are just not working out, you're trying to take steps forward, but then there are things that come up that just take you back. I want to encourage you to just keep going, you guys. Keep going, because the journey of fixing your finances is not a simple one. I've spoken about this in my previous videos. It's not a simple one. It's not an easy one. It's also not a linear one. However, as you work closer and closer, you start seeing why you had to make all of those sacrifices, why you had to take all of those decisions. But before we get into the context of this video, firstly, I want to thank you for 50,000 subscribers. Thank you. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you so much, guys, for 50,000 subscribers on this channel. Someone commented and said, you are now halfway to 100,000. I said, wow, I had not even thought about it that way. And that's because I actually haven't thought about it that way. But she actually remarked something that is amazing. We are now halfway to 100,000 subscribers. Amazing, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to every one of you that has joined me. I hope that you have found this channel insightful, inspiring, and enlightening, more than anything educational in your journey, whether it's finances, career, or lifestyle, because those are my content pillars. And also for anyone who's new here, you might be wondering, who is this? This is Ujen Nxumalo. I create content I create financial content, career content, as well as lifestyle content, and I work full-time. I create content, and then I also run my business. So those are the things that I do. Now, when I create my content, I am hoping that it is inspiring, it is educational, it is insightful. I'm not an expert by any means. I do not have the credentials to be an expert, so I don't position myself as an expert. However, I'm sharing from a position of education, because when it comes to personal finances, that is where it is lacking. We've got financial advisors, we've got banks, we've got institutions that we can go to and ask certain questions. However, when it comes to the education, even themselves, it is very rare to find a financial advisor that will educate you about personal finances, not just sell you products to say go and buy this product. No, educate me so that I make decisions that are informed in the future. So my content comes from an angle of financial education, to say, be mindful of these things, know about these things, so that when you take decisions down the line, you are informed. There's nothing as annoying as taking uninformed decisions, because you can land anyway. So that is my approach when it comes to content creation. If any of what I've just spoken about is something that is intriguing to you, smash the subscribe button. I would love to have you on this community. And also don't forget to smash that thumbs up, you guys. It really does help for YouTube to push my videos for more people to see. So with that being said, let us get into the content of this video. I started off my financial journey always stressed about money, always anxious, always worried that I didn't have enough, and I felt like I didn't have enough. I did not enjoy my payday, you guys. Like, I remember every time I would get paid, I would be stressed. The day before payday, I would be stressed, I would be anxious, I would be worried. I even told myself that for me, I don't enjoy payday, and this is something that I accepted as, you know what, payday for me is just something that is a source of stress in my life. And that was because my finances were a mess. I was drowning in debt. I felt like I wasn't earning enough, and the reason why I wasn't earning enough is because I had a lot of debts that I needed to deal with, and they were taking away from my income. So it was just a lot of mess that was happening, and that put me in a position where I was always stressed, anxious, and worried about my finances. And then I decided that I needed to change things, and then I went on the journey of improving my finances. I told myself that I want to pay off my debt, I want to start saving, I want to build up my emergency fund, I want to do all of these things, I want to get back into investing. These are things that I gave myself as goals. And so as I started on my financial journey, taking some of these goals, I started seeing the progress that I was making. I started seeing the benefits of all of the sacrifices that I have taken, and that made me feel excited. Right now, when I look at my finances and I think about the future, I get excited because I'm now realizing how close I am to financial freedom. And for me, having financial freedom is having freedom of my time, where I don't have to trade my time for money, but rather can trade my time based on what aligns to me. I now get excited whenever I look at my finances. I don't dread payday. I look forward to payday, and I not with a part of I need the money, but rather I just want to be able to put my money towards the goals that I have set and also execute my budget. It is also exciting for me to do my budget because I'm also now feeling like, because I've cleared so many things, I feel like I have more control over my finances. So I want to share with you some of the points that you should be thinking about as signs of you are probably doing something right when it comes to your financial journey. The first one is that you are more aware of your spending. How do you get to even that stage? You being aware of your spending starts with you setting your budget. When you set your budget each and every month, it allows you to be more aware of what is going on when it comes to your finances. Be aware of the money is going to be coming in, where is it going to be going, and how are you spending it once you have received it. And also, as you are spending it, you are intentional with your spending, and you can only do that when you sit down and you set a plan in terms of a budget. So if you are in that part now where you feel aware of your spending, you feel aware of your finances, you're probably doing something right. And I really want to encourage you that if you are not budgeting, really think about that, because budgeting is not about confining yourself and depriving yourself of things that you really want. However, budgeting is allowing you to be in control over your finances, setting an intention and following up on that intention. That is the whole point of budgeting. So I want you to look at it that way. It is not to deprive you. It is not to say that these are things that you shouldn't do, but rather to just create structure over your finances. So that's the first part. The second part is that you celebrate the small wins. Now, don't be like me. Whenever I hit my financial goals, I felt like I needed to move on to the next thing. I did not celebrate it. Like when I paid for my personal loan, paid for my credit card, store accounts, I did not celebrate those moments. But I do want to encourage you to do that. And the reason why I encourage you to do that is because when you celebrate your milestone, it sensitizes you of the journey that you have taken, how far you have come, where you come from, where you are, and the possibility of the future. And it grounds you. It allows you to be grateful for the journey that you have been in, and the things that you have been able to achieve. Because when you don't celebrate the wins, when you don't take time to appreciate where you've came from and the things that you have achieved, it becomes difficult for you to feel like you're doing anything in your life or anything is changing in your life. So when you take time to acknowledge it and celebrate it, it gives you the moment to ground yourself, and that is very important. Another one is that you no longer ignore your bank account, you guys. I remember I used to be that person that just did not want to look at my bank account. I used to, as I said, payday used to annoy me. So the part now of having to look at my bank account was just something that I did not like to do. However, when I started working on my finances and things started improving, I paid off debts and so forth, I started looking forward to looking at my bank account. I started not being scared of my bank account. I would look, like even now, I would just go in my bank account and look, even if there's no money, it doesn't give me that anxious feeling or that stress feeling, because I know that I budgeted right, and then I executed my budget, everything is taken care of, so then I'm fine. I don't need to be having a lot of money lingering around in my bank account. I need to know that the things that I said I wanted to do, are they taken care of, so that no one calls me telling me that I did not pay for 1, 2, and 3. So when you work on your finances and you start being intentional with your finances, you find that you are not scared of looking at your bank account and looking at your bank statements, because you understand that the things that you are going to see there is actually what you have been intentional about, because you are now more aligned and you are more intentional. Another one is that you now are setting goals and setting plans, guys. The journey of fixing your finances is a goal on its own. However, it's a very broad, unmeasurable goal, and also unrealistic. So when you narrow it down, you then say, I want to fix my finances by doing 1, 2 and 3. So I want to pay off my debts, I want to start saving, I want to build my emergency fund, I want to start investing, I want to create wealth. You now creating pockets of goals that you can now pour your money and your attention in, so that you are able to hit what the ceiling in that, or basically fill the glass of that goal. So when you say you want to pay off debt, you focus on that. This allows for your goals to be measurable, to be realistic, and also to be time bound. So this is this is a sign also that you are going in the right direction. For many people, whenever they are drowning financially, they can't even bear the idea of setting goals. They can't even bear the idea of setting plans, because they don't see the point. But when you start being intentional with your finances, you now start setting clear goals to say, this is what I want to do by the end of 2025. This is what I want to achieve by the end of 2025. And so you work towards those things. So like for me right now, I'm going to be starting a new year, and a new year of my 33s, because every one of us, we have our timelines are not the same. We can have 2025 start and beginning of 2025 and beginning of 2026. However, that's just the generalization of time. However, when you want to look at time, looking at you, look at it from your birthday. So from when you are born, that is the beginning of a year for you. So for me, when I look at my birthday, for me, it signals a beginning of a new year. Like I felt like the ending of my 32s was very challenging. January, February, and March were very challenging months. They were a circus. Like I was anxious, stressed, and all that. Even in 2025, like the mid part of my 32s were not easy ones in terms of just general in life. Financially, they were okay. However, generally in life, life was dribbling me. But now I feel like things are coming down as I'm approaching the new year, as I'm approaching the years of my 33s, and I'm excited. And I'm going to be looking back at the goals that I set beginning of 2025 and look if they still align with me, if they still speak to me. And if they don't, I'm going to be modifying so that they align with me, because that is very, very important. So the last one is that you feel more control. If you feel more in control over your finances and also hopeful. So here's the thing, guys, you can't control money, right? You can't, because money has its own energy that flows into it and through it, and you can't control it. However, you can attract money, and you can attract money by aligning first your energy towards the energy of money. If you don't align yourself, then you won't be able to attract money over your life. So what you want to do is you want to first align yourself so that you are in the receiving mode of this money, because you can't control when money comes to you. You can't control how much money comes to you. However, you can align. Like even when it comes to work, you guys, we don't control how we get paid or when we get paid. However, we align ourselves. So by us waking up and going to work, they let us know that you're going to get paid on this time, and this is how much you're going to get paid. That is you aligning yourself. And then after that, you just wait for the money to come to you as per the alignment that you have set up. So that is what you want to do. You don't have control over things that are outside of your vicinity. You only have control over you. However, when you start being intentional with your finances, it gives you an element of control over your finances. It also gives you an element of control over your life. It gives you an element of control over your finances and what happens in your finances, the nitty-gritties of your finances. But in terms of money, you can't control that. However, you want to focus on aligning so that you can attract the money. Once the money is there, you then allocate the money. So that is how you have control over your finances. As I said, these are the signs that if you feel that you are coming, you start realizing the signs, or you see these things manifesting in your life, it is a sign that you are probably doing something right, because the journey of fixing your finances is not easy. It is not a linear one. It is a very challenging journey. However, it is very rewarding. When you get to the other side, it is rewarding. Now, I have not reached all of my goals yet. However, the main goal is financial freedom of my time. And as I work closer towards my goals, as I achieve all of these things, I'm getting a lot of clarity. I feel more aligned. I'm moving with intention. Things that used to concern me before and worry me before, they no longer worry me, and I am growing. That is a sign for me that I am growing. And it is exciting because I can see that I'm getting closer and closer to financial freedom, because financial freedom for me is not a number, but rather a feeling that it can be attached to a number as well. But it starts first with the feeling. I need to feel that I do have freedom of my time. And then when I look at my finances, that will then speak also to the feeling to say, okay, now I do have a number that gives me the confirmation to say, indeed, I am financially free. So as I'm working towards this journey of being financially free, as I'm taking these decisions, as I am aligning myself and making sure that I'm walking towards this purpose, I'm starting to see all of the hard work that I've been putting in, and it is exciting. It is really, really exciting. And this is my hope to you, you guys. Like, this is really my hope to you. Now, we are all in different journeys. We are all in different paths. My path will not look like yours. Another person's path will not look like mine, because we're all different. However, my hope to you is that you find alignment wherever you are. You find contentment wherever you are, and you find a way to come out on the other side proud of yourself, even if you're currently experiencing challenges, hardships and stress and concerned about a lot of things. Maybe you don't have a job right now, or you've been applying nothing, or you feel like your salary is not enough and you want to grow and you feel like things are not moving in the pace that you want. I want to encourage you to focus first on yourself, align yourself, make sure that you are aligned, and then you'll find that it will be easier for things to come to you, or for you to attract opportunities, because you are aligned. So if it means that you have to pray, if it means that you have to fast, if it means that you have to cleanse inside and outside, if it means that you have to cleanse your space, if it means that you have to fix your CV, if it means that you have to fix your mindset, do anything that you feel speaks to you at the time, so that you align, so that it finds you ready. Opportunities will not come to you if you are not ready. However, you have to make sure that your part is done, and then you leave everything be, so that it comes and flows to you. I'm hoping that this video was insightful, educational, and also just eye-opening in many other forms. But this video was more so just to encourage you to say, don't give up. As much as sometimes you may feel like giving up, you may feel discouraged, you may feel like, what's the point? I want you to know that on the other side, there are far greater things. Keep going, because you are doing amazing. Keep smashing those goals, keep paying off those debts, keep rewarding yourself for all of those small things and even the big things. Reward yourself so that you remind yourself of where you came from and where you are now, so that even the journey of going forward is exciting. With that being said, I'm going to close it off right here. Let me go catch my plane to go home, because I'm going to be going home. And you're watching this video today, I'm at home, and yeah, so let me go catch my flight before it leaves me. Thank you so much for watching this video and taking the time to comment in terms of just giving each other some encouraging words. I love how people are encouraging on the comment section when they see something that they just want to encourage others. I really want to encourage that. Like, the comment section is not for me to just reply, but it's also for us to engage as a community, so that we can build each other. The things that I don't know that you know, the things that other people know, and when you come to the comment section and we give each other that insight, we are then empowering one another. Thank you so much for 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.